Morning. I'm still at Davistow Airport. Well, yesterday was probably the warmest and stillest day we've had since I've been down here. There wasn't a breath of wind from 8 o'clock in the morning right through till dusk. It was great, it was warm and everything, so I thought I'll spend the day just messing about with the drone, flying the drone as much as I can, getting some practice in, getting to use the different things with the drone. It is quite a simple drone to fly anyway. It's there's not a lot of things with it, you know. It's a couple of programs on it, but there's no avoidance systems and things like that on it. So what I wanted to do was just basically gain a bit more confidence while I was flying the thing, you know, because I tend to fly it forward, so I know my left and rights, and just bring it backwards. When I've done what I want to do is just reverse it and bring it back to me. But I thought, no, I'll try a little bit more. So I just messed about. I managed to get in total 3 hours flying time. I've got 2 batteries and 2 chargers, so I could reduce the waiting time for flying, for the flying period, and I managed to get 3 hours in flying. And one thing that did surprise me is it's a unique Q500 4K drone, and on the paraphernalia that goes with it, the distance it can only fly away from you is 300 feet or something like that, I think it was. Yeah, 300 feet, which is, as you know, is nowhere. So on the airfield, with it being so open, there's no obstacles. There's absolutely no obstacles anywhere. Once you're in the middle of the field, you've got 2-mile runways basically, so you've got no obstacles at all. I'll just see how far it goes before it breaks radio contact. And it actually flew 2,200 feet away from me, and I was flying at 40 foot high, and that's one hell of a distance, considering it's only supposed to fly 300 feet away from you. And at 2,200 foot it did start to lose contact with the video, or with the feedback, the picture coming back. I didn't have the video recording. I wasn't taking photographs. I was just flying the drone, and surprisingly enough, you get maybe 6-7 minutes more flying time if you don't consume the power actually using the video. And it was great. I sent it all the way up there, and I thought I'll try the home button. So I flicked it onto the home button, and it flew back in exactly the same line that it went out in. It didn't deviate at all, and it auto landed probably about 4 meters away from me. When it landed, it actually switched the motors off as well, which I thought, this is good. So if I was to do something and I got a bit confused with it, obviously the best thing to do is make sure you're at a height to avoid any obstacles anyway, and press the home button and let the drone do the job and come back, which would take a lot of pressure off you, really, wouldn't it, if you're flying over water or somewhere to take a bit of a video. You're going to turn your drone round, you're going to get a bit disorientated. Smack it onto the return to home button and take the worry out of it. One thing I did notice, it does say if it's flying below 30 feet, or it takes it to a height of 30 foot, if I remember rightly, which I don't think is very high, because where I am now, some of these trees are 60 odd foot high. Some of the fir trees at the back of me here, Uh, so you know, I would suggest taking it as high as you possibly can, then hitting the home button, and just being aware of any obstacles where you took off from, which if you use your common sense, you make sure you take off from a safe area. It was good fun. It was good fun. I had it on both speeds. You had it on slow speed and rabbit speed, and there is a marked difference. It shifts. It's not a fast one. I think it only is supposed to do about between 17 and 20 mile an hour, which by any means is not fast for a drone, is it? But with it being just purely for photography and not for that sort of flying pleasure, it suits me fine. It would be nice if it did have obstacle avoidance system on it, and this oh God, sorry, I forgot my words again. Orbiting, where I can set it to orbit like a church. It doesn't have that on. You can actually orbit it yourself, but it's a bit hit and miss. It takes a bit of practice. You've got to get your distance right, otherwise your circle isn't central if your object's in the centre, or you think it's in the centre and it's not. Your orbit circle isn't centred, is it? So it would be nice to have that on. It'd certainly be nice to have the obstacle avoidance on, forward and backwards. That would take a lot of hassle out if you're doing something like. I'd like to get inside and fly through some of the buildings and things like that. And another thing this doesn't do, it doesn't hold its level to the ground. As it flies, it seems to go lower. I did try to fly down an avenue a couple of weeks ago, centralised it with the video camera filming to the left of me, so it was not flying directly ahead. It's flying sideways in an alleged straight line. It doesn't seem to cope very well with that, and it was actually getting lower and lower as it got further away, and I thought, no, this isn't a very good idea. So it would be nice if it had some sort of levelling system on it where it stayed the height it was supposed to stay. When it's higher up in the air, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because you know you can make allowances for it. You just look down at your dashboard and you can see the height. It's allegedly from the ground. I've noticed that sometimes this has told me it's 20 foot off the ground, and it's been no more than 6 foot, 7 foot. So it's not, you know, it's a bit risky, isn't it, relying on that unless it has got the. Sorry, I just. There's a couple of lads on one of the fields there. I've seen them before, and they practice beach casting. I think I've mentioned it on my blog, and it looks like the same 3 lads, and they practice beach casting, and they whop it out. I think I estimated it. Well, I walked it last time when they did it, and it was something like 1,000 paces or something like that. It was ridiculously long. They're at it again. Anyway, going back to the drone, I love the drone. I love the idea of the drone. I'm still a bit nervous of flying the drone because I don't want to crash it. Obviously, nobody wants to crash a drone. And if I did crash it, I would replace it. I wouldn't fix it. I would replace it and upgrade to another one, which would be an expense I don't really want to take on. It would be nice to have something that has got the avoidance systems on it, and these wayfarers, is it, where you can program where you want it to go. Yeah, I don't know, maybe next year or something like that. I'm not sure yet. But the new Typhoon H, which I've looked at, is only about £30 dearer than the Q500. The Q500 is I think it was on Amazon No, it was on the Unique's own site, I think, or Amazon at 959 quid, where the Typhoon H is 1,005 or something like that. No, last year when I had the Q500, it was over £1,000, so it hasn't actually dropped in value, considering it's now a second generation, something like that. You know, so it's still a good and a proven flying machine, and it's stable. I like the idea of the Typhoon H with the extra with the redundancy prop on it. So it's got a couple of fail-safe systems. I like that idea. I think that's a cracking idea to have on a flying machine, no matter what it is. It's to have something fail-safe like that, knowing if there is an electrical problem, it will come back to home and drop down safely and not just fall out of the sky and smash in 1,000 pieces. Anyway, it was a cracking day. I enjoyed it. It was brilliant. I learnt a lot from spending some time with the drone. Everybody who's got a drone and first flew the drone, it probably took you 3/4 of your battery power just to figure out how to get it to go forward and backwards, sideways and up and down and turn around. And you do that for a few times, so you're only getting maybe 5 minutes flying time, and the rest was figuring it out how to do it. But it's a great learning curve. Yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking and nail-biting, obviously, when you're throwing that sort of money in the air. You know, you don't take it lightly, do you? But it's good fun, and I really enjoyed it. And I did benefit by spending all day running back to the van and charging the batteries up, having a brew, going back out and trying one or two different things. It's all about learning. It gives you the confidence. Of course, with them nowadays, if you just let go of the control, the craft just hovers and stays there waiting for a command. It's brilliant, you know. It's good fun, and I really did enjoy it. Okay, that's enough. Just a yap. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.